Welcome to Footie Blog number 2. I am your host, such as it is. Let's get right to it. The vuvuzela, the plastic horn, that buzzing sound, the constant buzzing sound that you hear in the games. Is it too much? Yeah, probably much. Probably is. But it's part of the charm of South Africa, part of the charm of this World Cup. I don't think it probably should go away, but we are missing the chants of the fans and all the rest of that. I mean, a commentator today at the end of the Holland game, he was saying that that ole oles were being chanted in the crowds, and well, I couldn't hear them over the constant droning of the plastic horn. So there you have that. Hearing lots of complaints about the ball, and it seems to be new people every day. First it was the goalkeepers before the tournament, and now it's the strikers. You know, deal with it, because it's just the ball. I think it's not the ball's fault. I think it's the players not adapting to the altitude at the event. Refereeing. I don't think they're being very consistent with the cards, and that's not necessarily unusual when it comes to football. But let's hope that the consistency gets a little better, and let's hope that the refs at least try to keep the cards in their pockets. For some are, and some haven't been. So it's been interesting. Been interesting to say the least. Now let's take a look at some of the results. For example, the French. The French on day one, they were not good. In fact, they were pretty poor, and they were struggling before coming into the tournament. So being poor is probably not all that surprising, but nonetheless, they are going to have to get a little better if they want to go deep in this tournament. England, they stuttered at the start. Some goalkeeping issues that Fabio Capello is going to have to make in the next couple of days before their next game. There's rumors of Rooney being injured, and Ledley King is now out apparently until deep into the next round. Should England make it? So there are some question marks, shall we say, regarding Team England. Now I know that back in 1966, when England won the World Cup, they lost their first match, or they performed poorly in their first match, and then they went on and they won the World Cup. I do not think that they possess the same quality they did in 1966. Also, if they don't win their group, they're in trouble. Could be lights out for England if they don't win their group. Argentina, they won. Lionel Messi scored as expected, but was it really a statement by the Argentines? And I'm not convinced that it was. They do play South Korea next, and my hunch is, even though I'll be rooting for South Korea, my hunch is that Argentina will finally make a statement in this event, but they weren't particularly that good. 1-0. That just doesn't do it for me. Germany were really strong. They're perhaps the best looking team so far in the tournament. We still haven't seen everybody, we haven't seen Brazil yet. We haven't seen Portugal yet. So there's still some teams that we need to see. But so far, Germany has looked the strongest, and they are a technical side, and they are technically extremely good. Are they missing Michael Ballack? No, and I didn't think they would be. I didn't think they would be in the first place. South Korea, kudos to them. 2-0 in their first game. Good for them. gives them a good shot at the next round, but they've still got Argentina and Nigeria to play. And so it's going to be a little tough. It's going to be a little tough for the boys from Asia. But you know, we or at least me, I think that a guy like Park Ji-sung can pull this out. And finally, the last team I want to talk about is, of course, well, I'm wearing orange, so I need to be talking about Holland. And Holland did play today, and they looked okay. There were flashes of what they are capable of, flashes of brilliance. They need to get a little more clinical. Like Rob Van Persie wasn't exactly clinical in the area, and they probably could have scored more goals today than they did. They probably should have scored more goals today than they did. But a comfortable 2-0 win for the Dutch today. You know, and they look good to win their group. I don't imagine that Cameroon or Japan are going to cause a lot of problems for the Dutch. So let's hope for the rest of the groups to complete their matches and play well, and then let's hope for a good tournament in the week to come. So that's it for this week. We'll see you again next week. Enjoy the football.